light on Team Singapore, as you rightly pointed out.
Yeah.
And today we have two aces in the pack from Team Singapore. Izabella Tan and Steve Ng joining us in studio. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
It's been tough, right, with COVID-19, and you guys, how have you both been affected by this? Starting with you, Izabella.
We stopped training for about 2 months. But other than that, our coaches held like almost, I think, 3 or 4 times a week. We had Zoom workouts. So it helped us to stay fit, sorta. And then other than that, we just do a bit of shadow tennis and just to make sure we remember our strokes. But coming back after the 2 months, it didn't take long for us to get back. Like, we train together every day now. So yeah, I think it was okay.
Yeah.
Steve, did you lose a little bit of your touch during that 2-month period? I mean, shadow tennis is not the same as
It's
proper
not quite
tennis.
the same, is it?
Definitely has been a big momentum stopper, because before that I was still playing a lot of futures in Greece, and I had to come back to Singapore, and then I realized that I was stuck here. So it was a bit of a shock, and it's quite hard to get used to it. But yeah, after a while, slowly, when we get back into it, then we start to feel a lot better.
John, during Circuit Breaker, we interviewed a lot of athletes, right?
Yeah.
And they got very, very creative in how they trained during that period. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, they had Zoom sessions via the coaches, which they had to do.
Yeah.
But how did both of you, try and be creative? Like, did you go down to the void deck and then just, whack the tennis ball against the walls or something like that?
Yes, I did.
You did?
I did that.
Right on the money, you didn't get that wrong.
I did that.
Yeah.
So because I stay at HDB, so at the void deck there's a lot of walls. So, but then all the walls they're not say a very long stretch of walls. So what happened was if I hit and if I miss hit, it will just fly really far to the playground and to another block. Then I'll just have to run there and run back. Yeah.
Some additional cardio work then for them, not just with the racket, but also in terms of running around.
Exactly.
And
Steve,
also
yourself?
For me, just conventional mostly, because footwork stuff, and I try and have more Zoom workouts with my friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Izabella, you had something to add as well?
I think it was I just felt sorry to the neighbors, that's all.
Oh,
You're just hitting it, right? I think there were those people walking by
Yeah.
just to get their essential groceries. They were just walking by, what's this girl doing, right?
You might just see a tennis ball fly past your screen. An idea for a future tennis ad in Singapore, perhaps. Well, we've seen other athletes also mentioning that circuit breaker felt very alien to them because they have never spent that much time at home. They've never spent that much time in Singapore, particularly for the sports where they did a lot of traveling. Was that the case for you guys? Something that you're not as used to as well?
Yes. Last year I took a gap year from school, so I traveled very frequently to many different countries to train and play tennis. So this summer, I actually planned to go to travel for a few tournaments, but then those plans were disrupted. Yeah. What about you, Steve?
Steve, are you usually traveling around, on tour?
Yeah. Most of the time, because I just started school in Hong Kong, so I'm also training there. But if I'm not schooling, I'm usually traveling around Asia to play tournaments. Yeah.
Well, what is the tennis scene like in Singapore? I mean, recreationally, everyone plays it, right? I know the tennis courts, they're usually filled up with people playing recreationally. But as an athlete representing the country, what are some of the difficulties that you face?
I think one main difficulty we have is with the courts that we train on, because the courts that we train on are public, so the association has to book way in advance, and sometimes when they don't book it, then the public will try and snatch the courts, or if we hope for longer training hours, we can't, because we only have the courts booked up to a certain point, and then we can't use it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly no dedicated facilities for, not just tennis, but a lot of our sports in Singapore.
Yeah.
Some of the common... speaking of common misconceptions, perhaps, what's a popular common misconception for the sport of tennis and what it takes to be a tennis athlete in Singapore, specifically to Singapore?
I think one big thing is that talent is not that important in Singapore, in tennis, sorry. You can look at Kyrgios and you think that, oh, okay, you have talent so you can play well, but like majority of the good players, they put in the work, and they need to have like good fundamentals to be able to get up to a certain level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my coach usually jokes that you need an element of craziness to be really good. So if you look at Djokovic, he's insanely disciplined, and you look at Serena, she's so strong. So you have to have some element of craziness if you want to be good, and that craziness can come in the form of like working way harder than everybody who's already working hard. Yeah.
I think
well,
an element of craziness is also needed to work on evenings with John and Duncan. No, just interesting. So sorry, just wanted to ask. You know, there's the different types of surfaces for tennis, right? So there's
Yeah.
the grass court, there's the clay. Obviously, hard courts is the favorite one in
Yeah.
Singapore. Do you, when you go on tour, do you like just favor the hard courts, or have you ever tried the grass and the clay, for example?
I prefer to play on hard courts, but I mean, we have to try to participate in as many tournaments as we can to get
Okay.
more experience. So even if it's clay, yeah, we go on clay. Even like high altitude places, the ball bounces differently. So yeah, even those, the type of playing style is different. Yeah, but we still go to these courts to compete.
But you favor hard court.
I favor hard court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isabella?
Yeah, for me, I try to sign up for as many hard court tournaments as possible. So for me, I've never played on clay in my life. So what happened last year was there were 3 tournaments back to back in China at Anning. So I asked him whether I should go, and he advised me against it actually because it's clay and it's high altitude. So it'll be very hard for me to adjust. So yeah, I didn't go in the end.
I think for those viewers at home, it's not easy to see on the eye the differences on the
Yeah.
court. But
Yeah.
what are just some of the subtleties that you would face? Clay versus grass versus hard.
So on clay court, the ball bites on the ground a lot more. So the ball slows down after the bounce, and it bounces a lot higher. So if you got good kick serve or you got good top spin on your shots, you have a lot more advantage on clay courts.
Okay.
Yeah. And grass courts is more slippery.
Yeah.
So if you slice or you chop the ball low, it's hard for the opponent to pick it up. Yeah.
well,
Smart. I like the tactic though. You just go onto the courts that you know you're comfortable with, right?
yeah. Well, I mean, whatever goes, something you're used to, I mean, obviously would go towards your advantage
Yeah.
as well. I reckon at a high performance level.
New Milo 搞小袋 less sugar with whole grain cereal. Get the goodness of whole grains with more fiber and protein. The healthier breakfast choice.
Well, we've talked a bit about your trainings, about traveling as well, and now we're going to talk a bit about your workouts or the trainings that both you've kind of been incorporating into your sessions on a daily basis or maybe even a weekly basis through circuit breaker. Perhaps even now that you're back to training, what are some of the workouts you guys have been doing?
So for me, I do a lot of skipping.
Skipping.
Yeah,
Okay.
I go to the
Okay.
void decks to just skip for maybe about 20-30 minutes a day.
Did you
That's
bring a skipping rope today?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Looking forward to that, Duncan.
What you pointing at me for?
Well, you guys, we may not have shared this with you just yet, but if you have been following some of our Spotlight on Team Singapore shows, basically after the athletes demonstrate the workouts, the hosts or a host will need to try it out.
Yeah.
So that's up to you to nominate
Yeah.
later on.
Okay.
Yeah, but back to your skipping. Yeah.
Yeah, I usually do that for warm-up and stuff. And other than that, I'll just do a bit of sprints and some plyometrics, footwork drills, agility. Yeah, mostly that.
Okay.
Yeah, why not show us some or one particular workout that you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even two, I mean,
now?
depends on
Yeah.
how complicated or how easy it is, like to demonstrate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So usually there will be about
Isabella?
2 feet in between,
Okay.
and then
So
we'll just
you
go
would
like that
like this.
and do it as fast as you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the other one is like that.
And so this is all time based, like
Yeah.
for 30 seconds or something like
We
that.
do 40 seconds, 20 seconds break, then
Okay.
40 seconds on and 20 seconds break.
Okay.
5 sets.
Is
around.
this specific to any part of the tennis game, or it's just to get your movement across court?
It's to help you be light on your feet and Because in tennis we have so many small movements. So if we want to quickly adjust for a shot, then we have to have all these small steps. So these are very important.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you brought your tennis, your skipping rope as well.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to demonstrate that?
Do I get it?
Yeah, well.
Go for it.
Go for it. Got two
You're
choices.
just bringing
Two
up. You're
things
just
to
bringing
bring.
up everything so that hopefully,
So you didn't
hopefully
do
in
anything.
hope that I get to be called to do the workout, right?
You know, knowing our chances, it's going to
we'll
be
both.
both again.
So one
Every
will do
time
skipping, one will do-
Wow, we don't know who's
So
going
why
to
are
do
you
what.
like
We got
just-
Steve's one to come as well.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We're gonna wait
Yeah.
for her to come back on.
Oh, you say no for
I
everything,
know-
but then you suddenly.
I know Cheryl Lola.
If you
that's
say
for
no,
sure.
you'll be
I know
nominated.
Cheryl.
saying
Yeah,
no, no, no.
I don't
So,
know.
yeah.
I just-
But, okay, sorry, we need you to come here as well for this. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you're
that's
being
fine.
cropped off from the. We'll just remove these
Thanks,
for the
Steve.
time being.
Okay.
And maybe just gonna hide
look,
behind
look.
the couch to give
There's no whiplash.
Isabella a bit
Yeah.
more room.
Okay.
You can face, maybe you can face the camera.
Are you like the Muhammad
Move
Ali
back.
kind of thing where you
We
like
need to
do the
see your-
crisscross and like the single leg and like whatever?
Yeah.
No, I
Or
just,
just the basic?
Just
I
kinda-
just do the.
Oh, I think maybe you need to step
Yeah,
back,
can.
jump
Just step
back a
back.
bit. Otherwise, you might hit the lights, right?
Okay.
I just do
Is
the
that okay?
Yeah.
like easy
fine.
ones like that,
3, 4, 5,
and single leg,
Oh, she's doing this.
double leg.
Yeah. I
Uh,
can't do
Oh,
like
that.
she's
that.
doing the Muhammad Ali one.
I can't do that one.
Why not?
I have you know my.
Oh, maybe
how-
you should do it,
my
try. You should
horrible
try it.
ankle mobility and
On GetActive
Calves
TV and One Play Sports.
yeah, and embarrass
John
myself
Yeong,
in front of an audience.
skipping.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so how long would you do that for?
about 20, 30 minutes.
Can you just show us the footwork again, just in case one of us need to do that?
20, 30 minutes.
20,
Like
30
just
minutes.
constantly, like whenever.
It depends on what you're training for actually. So if I want to do like basically to just stay like on my feet or basic warm up, I'll just do the basics like that. Oops, sorry.
I'll just get you to move back a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay, yeah.
These are the
Okay.
basics. But then if I'm training a bit more like cardio, sometimes I will do about 40 seconds double skips and then 20 seconds of single skips.
Did you get all that, John?
No, I didn't.
All right. Well, thanks for that, Isabella. And looking forward to seeing who you will go and
Well, maybe she won't even
encourage to do the
choose
challenge
the
later on.
skipping
Steve,
for that one.
what about you?
Yes. Actually, during the circuit breaker, I got a lot into yoga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
So
stuff.
I did a lot of like, I downloaded this app called Down Dog, and
Yeah.
then
Okay.
I just follow the workout, which is
Okay.
quite good. Yeah.
So which are some of your favorites?
Some of my favorite yoga poses.
Yes.
Yeah. We should have gotten him on our Mimic
the
the
yoga
Yoga
pose,
pose. I don't know,
Wait, let me
athlete
think,
game
let me
show,
think.
yeah.
Have you heard about the crow pose?
No, I had the crow is.
I like Savasana. You know Savasana?
Ah, yes, we know. I do that every night.
What
Oh,
is
really?
All the way for like
Oh, maybe you should do it.
8 hours.
Yeah, it should be
of
easy
course.
for you.
I'll demonstrate
Okay.
that one. I'll take that one. You can take the other challenge.
I don't know what the other one is. Okay, so yoga is part of it, and then about like just tennis related?
Tennis related, we do plyometrics and mostly core stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so if we do free weights, usually I'll do planks, side planks,
Okay.
and then the like V-ups.
All right.
I'll show you like,
The V-ups,
Yeah.
I think I know what it is,
because
yeah.
need to work the obliques, because when we hit, we have a lot of trunk rotation.
Okay.
So I'll do like this is a V-up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
So you
Makes
do
it
like
very seamless and easy. Yeah.
25 one side,
Yeah.
and then you change sides.
Okay.
Yeah, and then planks and side planks.
Okay. Well, a lot to work through there, John. So as he alluded to earlier on, what we like to do, I
Yeah.
don't know why we started this. I don't know, it just happened.
I forgot whose idea it was, but
just happened,
it didn't stop. It carried on.
So
Yeah.
not that we're keeping score, but it's kind of level at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Like you've been
Yeah.
challenged almost
half the times,
half the
and
time that,
you're
like,
half
I've
the
been-
time
yeah,
as
I've
you,
been
and the
challenged.
the other times, basically the athletes got both of us to do it. So it's
Yes.
it's been.
So basically, who would you like to see do something that you just did?
I don't
You
even
can
know
do
why.
the V-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. Because he had that,
Yeah.
he looked me in the eye
Yeah,
as
I
he
had
was doing
the-
it.
the
So I was
eye
like, oh,
contact,
do
you
the
like-
V-ups.
it's
Okay.
So a little bit of
so
fear
would
in your
you
eyes.
like to give John something? Oh, there you go.
I love how she just handed it over to me
You're
like,
like,
yeah, you're
Don't
up
even
for
say
this one."
anything. You say it best.
All right, I'll.
You say nothing
I'll
at
have
all.
a go.
All right.
I don't know.
So
I
John,
hope
you
I
want to go
don't-
first?
Me, I go first,
As in,
really.
you can,
Yeah.
if
Okay. I was-
if you're not comfortable with skipping, you can do the figure eights.
Figure 8. Actually,
Yeah.
I don't know
Skipping
which
can
one
lah.
I'm worse at. I'll probably just do a normal skipping if that's fine. I just hope I don't break anything in here. But
Come on.
okay, now it's their turn to give me space. Wow, this is a complex.
Should I time you, John, or are you just going to
It's
go?
a complex. Are we actually going for time?
Just what's
Just 10.
just 10?
Do double jump.
Oh, minutes
more
or
fun.
10 seconds?
Yeah, double
How
jumps are
did you
more
do double
fun.
jump? Double is what? Two double under.
Means
Two,
you
yeah.
jump once and
I
you
don't
go
think I can, you know.
twice.
Okay, just give, what's the basic one? How
The basic one is just
for how long?
one.
Cool. Did I just hit something?
before
there?
a bit.
Before, yeah.
Yeah. I just need. Did I just hit something? No, right?
You can go a bit
making
forward
A
more.
bit forward.
You can go.
Too far back.
Hey, that's great.
Ho ho.
Wow.
Okay, single leg now. okay.
I'm definitely going to break something if I do that.
Well done. Okay, you guys can sit down for this. I don't
You guys
think my
can-
legs
yeah.
will extend
I
that
don't
far.
think you can do that one. Just lucky you didn't choose Savasana
I'm
for this
sideways,
Yeah.
and then my legs are up.
So you lift up your legs. That's
that.
one. Yeah. But then
Like
your body
Facing.
turn a bit more to the side.
one. Lean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Facing the front.
So your head is like facing the front.
Yeah.
And then you go up.
Do I need to like
Lift
up
it.
myself here or no need?
No.
No.
Your butt's on the
It's
ground.
just your-
So you
Okay.
lift up your legs.
Your legs go up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the
And you
obliques, huh?
He looks like
You
he's
look like a
posing.
mermaid, Duncan. The little, or
mermaid.
rather the not so little mermaid.
Oh, I can actually feel it here, man.
Yeah, definitely. And how many of these do you usually do?
I do 25 per side and
Percent.
like 4 sets. Maybe.
4 sets, so that's about 100. On each side, by the way.
How many did you do?
Well, I
Exactly, exactly, John. But I really feel it there. I really feel it there.
yeah, man, yeah. It's a good workout
I'm
for
not
sure.
fit enough for this. Okay, so I've been challenged by them. I think,
Yeah.
but I like to throw down my own challenges
Yeah.
on this show.
And I know what's coming up next, and
Yes.
this is one of Duncan's favorite parts of the show.
I love it. Okay, it's the terminology about the sport that is of the guests in the studio, right? So, tennis related today. So it's tennis terminologies for you, but I like to get the athletes involved. So Steve, if you just get the whiteboard there with the marker.
Just gonna see how badly I fare.
Okay,
again. so far I've not had a zero.
You've not had a zero
I've
yet.
always had at least half a point.
Half a point.
Half a point.
So just 4 terminologies for you
Okay.
today. How's your tennis knowledge?
I wouldn't say it's good.
You keep saying every sport you don't know.
No, but it's true. I've never
Rufus too.
I've never gotten more than 50% right. The best I've ever had was 2 out of 4. That was only 1, and usually I only have 1 right.
Yeah, sometimes
That's
luck
usually-
plays a part. You just bang right, whatever,
Yeah.
then you're like, oh yeah, it's the
and
same.
purely by guessing. Yeah.
Okay, so there are 4 tennis terminologies. You know, I'm not going to give like ace and fault and stuff like that. We're going to try and step it up a little bit, okay?
Uh-huh.
So the first one, some of my favorite food as well, actually. What is a double bagel?
Double bagel.
Yeah.
But it's just
A bagel. Okay. I'm just working off what we discussed a little earlier.
Okay.
She did mention a figure 8 on the floor, and a bagel looks a bit like a figure 8.
Yeah,
so is
yeah.
it
So an exercise term, you're saying?
no like going on the court 2 times of a double 8? I have no idea.
Double bagel.
Double bagel.
Yeah. Do you like bagels though?
Pretty good.
Would you have 2?
Too much for me within
Too
a
much,
meal.
yeah,
Yeah.
too much,
Okay. If it's nothing to do with footwork, then it's something to do with points on the board.
Interesting.
I assume. Am I
I
right?
don't,
No,
so
I'm
what?
wrong.
Now you're giving me. You're like.
No, I'm letting you choose
either
which one
or.
is the correct one.
Maybe both are not the right one.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah.
So which one is it? Go with something that you follow your
double
gut.
bagel.
What's the shape
him a
of a
clue, yeah.
bagel?
Yeah,
Hey,
but I was
what's
thinking
this? What's
eight.
this? Don't give him.
It's like an
clues.
8, right? A bagel is like a twisted.
I don't know. That's like a cinnamon.
Hey, no.
twist,
Bagel is round.
Yeah.
Double
Pretzel.
bagel. Yeah, that was pretzel. Yeah, I got that right. So, bagel is what love. Ah? Double bagel means you get. For 2 games in a row, you didn't get a single point on the board. Ah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well done.
Okay.
So it's
wow.
what 6 love, 6 love,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, 6 love, 6
Yeah.
love.
Okay. So,
Okay. All right. So the next one. So with a double bagel and with a bagel, sometimes you put jam on top of that. What does jam mean in terms of tennis terminology?
Jam.
Yeah. Very food related today.
Can't really
Yeah, I
tell.
realized that. And just had lunch as well.
Yeah.
Not really. You're gonna have
Dinner.
dinner. Yeah.
What does jam mean in terms of a tennis
Jam.
terminology?
What does jam mean?
Any clue?
No.
No clue at all.
No idea at all for this
No
one.
idea.
No.
So I did speak to Steve a little bit earlier on, and you know that it's been kind of hit and miss in the past with my terminologies being very Americanized
Yeah.
and maybe the local
Yeah.
guys not knowing. But Steve understood what I meant by a jam.
Jam.
Yeah. So don't know.
No.
Okay. Isabella's actually writing the answer for you. Okay.
Drawing.
Okay.
I'm not the
It's,
best.
it's a very
artist.
cute drawing. Yes.
So basically,
Take
when
double
you're
for you.
hitting,
It's,
you get a bit jammed. Like you don't have enough space when you hit the
Okay.
ball.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of representative of that's the
So
two
yeah,
of them
this-
on
this
the
is
whiteboard
jam.
as well as on
This is
the
jam.
sofa.
Traffic jam, like you get squeezed.
I
Yeah.
see.
So like when the ball is hit towards you in an awkward position and like close to your body.
So this is more of a doubles
No, it's
situation. Oh,
just-
not really.
it's,
Even in a singles
Yeah,
match.
singles match.
Actually, for me, because I'm a lefty, right? So sometimes they call it the lefty advantage, where I slice to their, like straight into their body, and then they'll feel very awkward. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Interesting.
Interesting,
Learned
right?
something new today.
So when you have your bagel with your jam, you need a drink, right? And so in orange juice, there's some pulp. What does pulp mean in tennis terminologies?
Pulp.
Yeah. It's a very interesting one. I don't know if they will know. Maybe Isabella knows, but
I don't know.
what does pulp mean? And I put this out, okay, because I'm knowing that you will not get it, and maybe they will not get it, but there's a story behind the reason.
The pulp.
for
The
pulp.
the additional stuff that's left behind.
Like PULP.
Yeah,
Pulp.
like the stuff you find in orange
Pulp
juice.
Fiction.
The
What's
pulp.
that?
I don't know.
Of
Pulp.
what?
Of the tennis.
Of the tennis.
Of the
Okay,
ball.
no, so this is
Of the
very
ball, is
interesting.
it?
No. Okay,
They have
so,
nothing to do with it.
so it says here pulp means it's when it's a score of 30-30, right?
Oh.
So backstory is it's called the little deuce. So 40-40 is deuce, right? So 30-30 is the little deuce. So deuce, if you say it quickly, it sounds like juice. So 30-30 is like a variation of it, so it's called pulp.
Oh, so
Yeah.
we can. Interesting story.
So
there.
I gave you the first one, right? So now you're
Yeah.
1 out of 3, basically.
Yeah, 1 out of 3. Yeah, still less than half.
So
Okay.
the last one, okay, not food related.
Finally,
What is a moon ball?
Oh,
moon ball.
Yes.
Something to do with a particular stroke, where the ball moves like a moon.
Okay.
Is it a full moon or a crescent moon?
I don't know.
Yeah, but basically it's that shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do
That's that's called a moon ball.
I'm not giving you that one. I'm not
Why?
giving you that one at all. No, it's incorrect.
It's incorrect.
I mean, no, can't.
Why? But it's got to do with a stroke.
It's got to do with a stroke.
Exactly.
So what's the shape of a moon?
The shape of a moon, basically it curves.
It curves.
Yeah, like a
Okay.
moon, like a crescent.
Maybe I could give you half mark for that. I could give you half mark. Steve, what's a moon ball? Yeah.
See, not too bad.
Not too bad.
Not too bad, not too far
bad.
off.
Your curve was this way, but it's actually.
Well,
that
if you
way.
were to tilt the screen the other way, it would
Yeah.
basically be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When would you play a moon ball? I think it's a defensive kind of shot. Would you take?
Yes.
Yeah.
And also it's a
To buy you some
it's a-
time.
it's a- yeah, and it's also tactical move if the person don't like slow-paced balls.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can moon ball to annoy the person.
or if the person is at the net and he's too close to the net, or he's maybe not too tall.
Yeah.
So you just moon ball.
Almost like a lob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a lob,
moon ball
basically.
is a lob.
It's a lob. Oh, basically it's a lob.
It's a lob to someone at the baseline.
Yeah, to someone at the baseline.
Someone at the
yeah.
baseline.
Did you learn a lot today?
Learned plenty today.
One
I
and a
didn't-
half out of 4.
Yeah, 1.5 out of 4.
Yeah, not bad.
It's not
Not
my
bad.
worst outing in this segment of the athletes, the spotlight on Team Singapore.
Fantastic job.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, thanks so much. It's been educational about tennis on this particular episode. But before we go, tell us about what has been your career highlight thus far representing Singapore.
Oh, my career highlight was actually earlier this year in February when me and 2 other females went to New Zealand to represent Singapore in the 2020 Fed Cup.
Okay.
So I was the first player, and then we had I would consider that was my peak. I was peaking at that time. I was playing really, really well, and thank God I won most of my matches, and had played a lot of deciders as well. So I was very grateful to the trust that my coach had in me, and I was very grateful to my teammates for working hard with me. And so yeah, because that was my last trip before COVID happened. 1 week after we came back, New Zealand had their first COVID case. So we basically couldn't travel anymore, and that was my last traveling tournament before the whole COVID episode. So that was very significant.
COVID came at the wrong time for her, basically. Like as she said, she was like peaking and on top of a game at that point.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, both of them did also mention it in terms. It was a momentum stopper,
Yeah,
basically.
definitely.
I mean, particularly for a lot of the athletes who are hitting their stride at just about that time, and even those preparing for the Olympic Games that now has been kind of postponed. So, well, but
Pity,
thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, Steve, what about you?
2 years ago, Davis Cup, we played in Oman. We were playing we were in the playoffs to get up to Group 3. So that was the decider, and we were playing against the home country, Oman. So the whole crowd was against us.
Yeah.
But it was a good experience because we won, and then I didn't play, but my team won,
Yeah.
and then we cheered like so loud for
And you were the only ones cheering, right? Like the crowd, I'm sure went
Dead
silent.
silent,
And then you
yeah.
like that's some of like the best emotions that you could get during sport, playing away. Also.
You've had the benefit. Speaking of that particular competition, you've had the same experience on home ground advantage last year. So
Yes.
how does that compare being on the other side of the house of having home court advantage and having a full house supporting you at the
I
OCBC
think
Arena?
it's a whole different experience, because you feel like the energy from the crowd, and it really like pumps you up. It's like a out of your own self experience, but also the pressure is there to perform, and anything can happen with a crowd like that. But it was really fun.
Oh,
Fun, talking about fun, fantastic to have both of them. Plenty of fun on today's
Definitely,
episode
yeah.
on Spotlight on Team Singapore.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much, Izabella. Thank you so much, Steve. But we're not done yet because we have Get Active with Milo.
That's right. And for today's Get Active with Milo segment, 8-minute workout is with Team Singapore canoeist Brendan Wee. Take it away, Brendan.
Welcome to Get Active with Milo. I'm Brendan, and I'm a Team Singapore kayaker, and I'll be leading you in today's workout. This is my third segment, and it focuses more on the legs. So let's get started. So we'll have 6 exercises again. It's a squat, body weight squat, and we'll move into jumps. So then we'll have the lateral squats. And then we have side-to-side jumps, as well as lunges. And the split squat jump. So we'll be doing all these exercises with, so the squat is the not jump version. So it's about 40 seconds. And then immediately we'll move into the jump squats for 20 seconds. So each pair will be 1 minute with a 20-second off after that. So we'll repeat the whole cycle 2 times. So squat, jump, lateral jump, lunge, split squat, and one more time of the whole thing, and then we're done. So let's get to it. So we start as the squat. Remember to keep your back straight as much as possible and go as low as possible that your back can handle. If it's a little bit too easy, you can put your hands behind your head to make it a little bit less stable for you. And 3, 2, 1, and now we go into the jumps. Try to use your hands to move as high as possible and feel the burn in your legs. And easy. So we are 20 seconds off now, and we go into the laterals. Shake it off a little. This is very hard for me as well. So we go into the laterals, lateral squats. Again, try to keep your back straight. Go as low as possible. Don't worry about trying to do it fast. Just try to keep your form right. And we're going into the jumps. So leap from side to side. Try to use your hands as well. And easy. Whew. So I have one more, which is the lunge. And we're starting in about 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, now. So now, what you want to do is you want to lower your back knee till it's a few cm off the ground. If it's too difficult, you can change the side after 20 seconds. But if not, then you can come back to it in the second round. And easy. And we go into the split squat jumps now. Again, similar. Use the hands. To make you go as high as possible. And easy. So one more round of all these. I think you're feeling the burn already. And squats in 1, 3, 2, 1, go. Again, don't worry about the speed, care more about your form. If you can, stay about a second below so that you develop your full range of motion. And the jumps. Be careful with the jumps. You want to land softly rather than like this, because it's bad for your ankles. And 2, 1, easy. So we're starting the next one soon. the laterals. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. Try to keep as much weight on the leg that you're leaning on as much as possible. Keep your weight in your heels. Ooh. And now we got the jumps. Easy. And we have 20 seconds off again. Come on, guys. We got one more. Again, don't worry about the speed. Everything comes down to the form. If you do it slowly, it might also be a little bit harder. And ready to go? Go. Lunges. Oh, so I forgot. It's the wrong side. So remember to do the other side, guys. Again, few centimeters off the ground. Control yourself. Try to keep your weight onto the front leg. And the split squat jumps. Try to go as high as you can. We're ending soon. And done.
All right, 8 minutes of heart pumping stuff. I'm pumped up after that one.
Well, I feel pooped after that, to be honest. That's a lot of hard work for me.
Well, fantastic. I love it. I love it, Brandon. I still cannot believe that workout. Obviously, puns of being a canoeist. John's had enough from me. Izabella, Steve, thanks so much again for being on this episode. And we will see you on Wednesday, 9 p.m. on GetActive TV and One Play Sports for the Wednesday report. We will see you then.
See you Wednesday.